Howdy y'all and welcome to Lac's Lives. I'm Lacander and this is Lac Plays Minecraft. Um, so, I am getting low on health. So I actually recorded an episode already and then when I looked at it, it's all messed up and I'm getting tired of multiple recording episodes. I do not know what's going on. I'm trying some different settings this time to see if it helps. I don't really. Oh man, stupid creepers. I really don't know what's going wrong with my recordings, but this is getting ridiculous. And, anyways, I need a piece of brick. Brick. I don't have room for a piece of brick. Thank you. So, I got stuff on me I don't need. I need to run over to the ocean and throw it in. There we go. So I've been working on the bay here, or not the bay, the piers, and you can see I've thrown up a wall around part of it now, and I think I'm gonna keep the rest of that. And and threw a wall across through here, which I did on the previous episode, and I don't know if I like this wall. I don't think I like this. I think I'm actually going to take this out, and we're just going to leave in the pillars like that. Should I have a pillar here? No, because then that will connect. I can't take out the pillar there, but I can take out this one. I think that looks better. I take out this pillar here. This pillar here. What did I say I wasn't going to take out because it wouldn't connect? Oh, that pillar right next to that one. Yeah, I got to have that. Anyways, while I fix this to look different. I don't like the way that looks. I don't know. I would like it to be a wall, but if we're just going to get pillars like so, then I guess pillars like so is what we'll have. And that's okay. It works. It looks nice. And I also came through and dug out, made this wider. It was only 3 back from the corners, and it just looked too narrow. So I went ahead and widened this quite a bit. I've also gone ahead and made myself diamond armor because I was getting tired of dying, and I'm always out of iron armor. So not that any of this got enchanted to make it last longer or anything, but I did make a full suit. I think I'm down to like 25 diamonds now. I also started putting in street lamps. You can see here's the first couple street lamps. They differ from the street lamps I had over at my farm. The ones at my farm, the lamps are on top, and I thought they looked better hanging down. Although they do leave a little gap here for the redstone torch in the middle, but that's okay. You can't really see it. You notice it more on these ones back here. Man, I'm just finished recording something else, so my throat is a little, I don't know, something. You can really see it right here. I don't know if I shouldn't do something about that or not. I don't know. Maybe throw these on this side. I don't think I like the way that hangs over, though. Yeah, I don't like that. We'll just leave it the way it is, and they'll just be floaty. Just because I can't power them without... Does a redstone block power them? I know well, no, because you'd have to power... Where's my redstone blocks? And let me get a stick. Do I have sticks? Yeah, let me get a stick and... Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Do I have a piece of cobble in here? I don't know if you need a lever. I don't even know how this works. We'll have to see. That's not what I want to do. I want to keep this. I want this, this, and if I take this out, then that turns off. And if I put this in there, oh, that turns on. So it's powered by a redstone block. That'll work. That looks better than the torch. Although that's a lot of redstone, but I'll just do it on these single ones like that. Yeah, I like that. Way better than having a floaty thing. And you can't see it on the other ones because there's 4 lamps around it. So, but I have started putting in the street lamps just to make it look better and to brighten it up because, you know, so many monsters are spawning. I also went ahead and started work on the Harbor Master, and I just don't know what I want to do with this building though. So I have been experimenting with a few different things. I kind of like this nether brick, and I'm thinking of just running up the 4 corners with nether brick, and maybe tying that into the roof of the building. We'll use nether brick. I also was playing around with maybe having a rounded window, kind of like a port window, a port. Yeah, a port that, you know, they have in the side of the ships, the little round windows. And but I'd have to put another layer on for the glass for this to actually work. So I don't know if I'm going to keep that. But I did get started on this building. I tried a few different things. I thought about raising it up a level, but then it's going to be too high in front of the inn here, and I'd like to still be able to see the bay from this first floor balcony. So I can't let the roof get too big, and so I gotta watch that. And oh, you know, I was in the process of putting another street lamp here, and I put this fountain in front of the monument here. Whoop. Bad skeleton. I'm trying to talk here. It's made from quartz stairs and then quartz slabs in the bottom, except where I put the glowstone. And then these are chiseled quartz blocks. Just give it a little, you know, design to it. And I think it turned out pretty good. Bucket of water on top of that gives you the flowing water. So we got a nice little fountain there. And then I put some flowers around it, although I'm not sure I like these tall flowers. I'm probably going to go find some, what are they now? Tulips? Pennies? Pansies? I forget what the new flowers are. I think they're tulips. And replace those with some smaller flowers. I also worked on putting some, man, these spiders, they really love to knock you forward from behind. That hole over there, I killed the spider and turned and killed the creeper and went to hit a second creeper that was right behind it, and spider jumped me forward to the other side of the creeper, so it had a chance to explode and try and kill me. It didn't, but it tried. I'm actually out here killing them because I need the XP, because I'd like to get that other pick fixed after I lost all those levels from exploring and falling. So what else did I do in the last episode? Oh, I moved the road over. I'm actually going to move the fence here on the inn over one. I guess we could do that. There wasn't enough room for or no, let me try that again. The road didn't meet up correctly on the other side, and I didn't want the road to be uneven at this point in the city. I mean, that'll be fine in other places, but this is, you know, where you first enter the city. I want it to be all nice and neat. Oh, I can't jump because the... Let's try to get out of the hole, and I'm like, why can't I get out of the hole? I left a piece of fence over my head here. So yeah, so while I work on this, yesterday I got Beyond Two Souls, and I totally played through the entire game yesterday. I had the day off, so I spent the whole day playing the game. The whole day. That's not true. Almost the whole day. Many, many hours. And I didn't finish till about 3:30 last night, which is just crazy. And why do I have so many stone slabs? I don't know. Now I need to dig out the dirt, which I just threw on the ground. Get out of here. I need the dirt. And it was pretty good. It's by the same people that made Heavy Rain, which I really liked. And so I was looking forward to this one. Although I don't think this one was quite as good as Heavy Rain, which is surprising because I am really into... Oh, wow. I am really into sci-fi. And Heavy Rain is like a crime noir thriller. And Beyond Two Souls is a sci-fi horror paranormal story, which is more my kind of thing. And it's I don't know if it's the way it was told I didn't find quite as good, or whoops, or what exactly makes me like Heavy. Well, I do know that the control system for Heavy Rain is better. I think Beyond has a control system made simpler because it works with a different... Now, don't get me wrong, it's made to work with the standard PlayStation controller, which is what I played it on, but it also seems like it might have been made for some kind of touch device. And did I not pick up any... Like, were those made out of all slabs? Weird. What do they do? They go up just 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With smooth one on top. And I need to look over here to see what the distance was between them. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, okay, it didn't work like that at all. Why is this one 3 and these are much larger? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got a 3, a 6, and 2 7s. Weird. Whoops, wrong kind. But the story's pretty good. Story's this girl named Jody, and her parents were experiments, which they pretty much give you at the beginning of the game. And so she's the offspring of 2 people who were experimented on to give them psychic abilities. And so she is next-gen psychic ability, so that makes her much more powerful. I had to count, sorry. And so she is much more powerful than her parents. Well, no, that's not true. She doesn't actually have any powers. It's all this entity that's attached to her. And so it basically follows her life story from a major event at the end of the game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to all the way back to when she was a small girl. And oh, see, now I'm going to wind up with that 3 thing on this one. Well, let's do it this way then. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so you follow Jody, and you follow her as she, But the way they tell it is they don't tell it in order, which I think might be what my issue was. And so you don't get the emotional impact of each thing that happens as deeply as you would if it flowed in linear order. And so you might do one part when she's a little girl, and then the next part will be when she's an adult. And then the next part will be when she's a little girl, and then there'll be a part where she's a teenager, and then that'll be followed by a part where she's on the run from the government, and then the next part will be teenager, and then while she's working for the government, and then little girl, and then teenager, and all back and forth like that. And so that part didn't work as well for me, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's the problem I had with it. There we go. And then the control system was not as good as Heavy Rain's. Heavy Rain really made it feel like you were part of the action that was going on the screen. And this one, I felt more like I was just reacting occasionally. It felt like I was watching an entire season worth of a TV show all at once because I played it all day long. And I just occasionally had to hit the buttons to either respond when she asked people questions or during fights. There is some parts where you're moving around and you control her during that, but like Heavy Rain, you did a lot of investigations and things like that, and looking around for clues, and none of that was in this game. They really just had a lot of cutscenes, and so I didn't find that as enjoyable as oh, see, and now I just broke one. I think I've got more in my boxes over here, but I mean, it wasn't. There are some really fun parts game-wise in the game. There's some cool stuff where you're moving from cover to cover and taking people out with stealth takedowns. Oh, I also found the game really dark. Like, I don't mean subject-wise. I mean, like, I couldn't barely see what was going on, even with my I had to turn. There wasn't a gamma meter thingy slider in the controls for the game, so I had to actually turn my TV's settings up, and even that didn't help make it to the point where I could see some of what's going on. I gotta get a set of shears, so I gotta race back to my house. And so I had a problem with that too, especially since like 90% of the fight scenes are in the dark areas, and the fighting system in the game was weird to me in that she's doing the fighting and you are making sure she reacts correctly, and so you had to wait for her to do something and then time slows down, and so once time slows down, you have to push the joystick, or the stick on the controller in the right direction to match her movement. And if you didn't, then she failed in her movement and she'd get hit. And so, but you're supposed to follow the way she's moving. The problem is that the character is voiced by Ellen Page, who isn't a very tall person in the first place, and she too many arrows. She I need some leaves. I know I'm gonna need some leaves. I wonder if I should have used spruce leaves. They would give you a darker color. So when she does combat in the game, she puts her whole body into it, and I don't know if they just got someone the same size as her to mocap the fight scenes. That's motion capture. Or if they actually had her do the fight scenes or whatever. I don't know, but I know that the people look exactly like the people who are voicing them. At least the main character Jodie, and then there's a scientist voiced by Willem Dafoe and stuff. And so, like, when she goes to kick somebody, her part of her body is moving one way, and her leg is pulling back, but her foot is starting to come forward into the kick. And so you're supposed to know which direction to press, which is the direction of the foot. But when it's all happening so fast, and even though they slow it down, you know, you've only got a little bit to react. I would make the occasional mistake on which direction I should be attacking. Or dodging was just terrible in the game. The dodging worked along the same principles. And so you were supposed to change your reaction to be whatever way she was reacting. And so if she was diving forward, then you press up. And if she was ducking, then you press down. Or if she was blocking with her hands, you had to press the direction her hands were going. Well, it's a little bit dark, and I can't quite see which way she's going with her hands. And, you know, I should probably put a piece of fence in there for that. That might look nice. And get out of the way, sheep. Seriously. Get your fat butt out of my way, sheep. And so I would just like totally miss the whole dodge completely. I wonder how long that sheep has been waiting to escape from here. I didn't tell him to get in here, so nope, that's not the kind I used. I used these. And so, you know, I'd be going along and then just I got count, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. I can put it there, actually. Oh, did I break my pick? I apparently broke my pick. Time to switch to other reject. Oh, that was something I didn't show you either, which I talked about on the last episode. Short and Proud, who's one of the other guys on the server, he's got a villager thing going where he can make trades with villagers for cheap stuff. And so he actually has a villager who trades out for pretty good picks and stuff. So he left me a bunch of iron, unbreakable efficiency picks, which will really help in the long run. And because I can use them when I'm mining for materials instead of my diamond picks. But anyway, so the dodging just, I don't know, I was really bad at it. And just because I could never tell which way she was going. Her hand might be coming down, but her head is jerking back, and so I'd press the direction her head's going, to the right, but they actually wanted me to press down the way her hand was going, because she was going to block it with her hand. But of course, I didn't know that's what she was doing, and so I would guess wrong. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to be a guess. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to know that her hand was doing the blocking and not her head, but you never know which direction to watch. And then, then there'd be other times that everything would just be perfectly easy for me to understand, and I'd get whole sections of combat correct. And I found the entity controls a little tedious. He only had, his name was Aiden, and he only had 3 different controls that he did. One was to pull the controller. No, that's not true. He didn't have just 3, but he had 3 main ones. And the big one was to lock onto target, pull the controllers, the 2 joysticks back towards you, and then push them up. And that was it, over and over and over. And that was his actual attack. And that's all you did with the attacks. And so that got redundant a little bit. And then but you don't really fight with him a whole lot, so there's a couple of spots where you do fighting with him, and I just got tired of pulling the controller back and pushing it forward. But yeah, it was, I like the storyline. It's like the first of a series, maybe. At least a 2-parter, if they can, this one's successful enough to make the second one. And, this needs to come out of here. And, so yeah, if you liked Heavy Rain and you like sci-fi, paranormal, horror type of stuff, check it out. It's a pretty good story. Although, be aware, it is going to be like watching a TV show and not so much like playing a video game. There are moments where you're playing a game, but most of it is just going to be watching cutscenes. Although, they are cutscenes acted by Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe and Kadeem Hardison and other actors. Those are the only 3 I actually knew. And I'm sure I'd know the other ones if I looked up who they were, but just guessing from their computer-generated versions of themselves, people who weren't main characters didn't get as much care necessarily in what they looked like. Like, I'm sure I know the general guy, but I couldn't guess him from his computer image. And Sheep, do you want in or do you want out? What are you doing here, buddy? He just wants to be here. Okay, I need a piece of fence, and I need to get rid of that piece of bush. So you give me a piece of fence so that I can replace this piece back here. And then, whoops, I didn't want to take out that much. And then you go back there. That's kind of funny because I made this 3 just on a whim, and so just to give it grass on either side of the walkway here, and so that's funny that it wound up being 3 all the way through like that. But yeah, check out the sci-fi story. It's good. It's she has an entity attached to her. I guess I'll tell you a little synopsis real quick here. She has an entity attached to her, and so she's used as an experiment her whole life, and then she gets thrown over to the CIA. And oh, I cut out the road too and moved it over a block. I guess I was telling you that when I started moving over the fence here. Oh, I gotta put back up my torches, or else the zombies and stuff spawn inside the walls. And I definitely don't like that. And so when she joins the CIA, she has to do missions for them. And anyways, people are trying to figure out how come she has an entity and how to get entities and where entities come from, and there's a lot of tearing holes in reality and stuff like that. So definitely a good story. Could have been a little better. Could have been fleshed out more in parts. There's a really weird part in the middle where you deal with a Navajo spirit. I know it's weird. It's like just out of nowhere. I mean, it's a nice part because of what happens. And I really enjoyed that part. In fact, it might be just about my favorite part in the game, but it did not fit in with the rest of the stuff that was going on, really. I also didn't like, I guess real quick here before, since I forgot to mention it, I didn't like the ending, the way the ending happened. It's all from the point of view of this girl, Jody. And so you follow her through her whole life, basically, up to the ending. And she's not old or anything by the end, so, she's like, you might see her at different points along a 15-year part of her life. And so, there are parts where, like, she's going on a date, and you have to prepare for the date for her. And but the dude she goes on a date with turns out to be a not nice person, and then they keep throwing him at her like he's supposed to be her love interest, but he already irritated me in the earlier part, and so I kept saying no to him. And then the Navajo part in the middle, the dude there is not nice to her, and just out of the blue they give you the option to kiss him, and I'm like, that's weird, and so I didn't. And then at the end, they give you these 4 choices: to stay alone, to go with the dude who works with her that's not nice most of the time in the game, or to go with the Navajo guy who's not nice to her for the first half of the section with the Navajo, or to go with the people who are nice to her in the middle of the game. So I opted to go with the people that were nice in the middle of the game, and I need to stop running around in circles while I'm saying this. And I just found it weird to just randomly give you 4 choices when it should have just been based off of the choices I made as I played the game. Because I already rejected the guy she works with and hugged the guy instead of kissing him, which were my 2 choices. The Navajo guy, and so that to me would have already turned those 2 down. So the only other 2 choices were to be alone, which could have come from whether or not I helped people, or to go with the people that were, oh man, I just fell right off. So I thought that could have been done a little better instead of giving me the choice. Although I'm sure people would have complained if they hadn't gotten the choice. And but yeah, Beyond Two Souls was fun. So hopefully next time, well, hopefully this recorded correctly this time, because I'm getting really, really tired of filming everything twice. It only happens with Minecraft so far. It didn't seem to affect Feed the Beast, so it's got to be something to do with the snapshot that I'm playing on. And so hopefully this worked this time. Click like if you like, subscribe to be sure and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.